And welcome to week 33 of Walk the Plank, the athletic department podcast here from Perry High School that will dive into the week that was and will preview the week that is coming up here in Perry Athletics. I'm joined here by my co-host, as always, Mr. Gene Winters. Thanks for being here, Gene.
Yeah, but another exciting week. A lot of events that happen and a lot of nice weather to go along with those events. So hopefully that tide's turning like we've been talking about.
It's a good combo when you get good weather and lots of events. And if you've been on campus this past week, over the last 7 days, we've had several days with 3 or 4 ball fields in play. The track has been in use every day this week. Today's the first day off with no track, and it's Thursday afternoon. So it's been a busy week here. And we'll kick things off today, no pun intended, with a little flag football talk. Last week we had Coach Allen on and a couple of the girls from the team and talked about their season. And we're happy to welcome in 2 more today, Maddie Buhner and Aubrey Hamilton, who actually attended the a combine, I believe is probably the correct word for it, down in the Columbus area last week. They were selected to attend as part of the ever-expanding flag football scene that is out there for girls, and it is a fast-growing thing, as we talked last week with Coach Allen and a couple of the players. So let's just talk to the girls a little bit, and you guys can both answer this, go back and forth a little bit. How did you guys get involved with the sport of flag football initially, and then we'll dive into the combine and what kind of things you guys did down in Columbus?
Well, Mindy kind of just came up to us one day and was like, do you want to come out for flag football?
Okay.
Well, for me, back in middle school, I would see my friends, my older friends, because my brother's older. They would all be playing flag football, and I thought it looked like a lot of fun. And obviously for girls, you've never had the opportunity to play flag football. So when I got to high school and they offered it, and Mindy was trying to get everyone to come on the team, I was like, okay, sure.
Give it a shot,
yeah.
Right? So what is this year 2 or 3 for you guys in terms of playing? How long have you been playing?
2.
2 years.
Year 2. Okay.
And what positions do you guys play? Do you play both offense and defense? How does that play for you guys?
We play both, but me and Maddie pretty much play wide receiver most of the time.
Yeah, for me, I play wide receiver. Last year I did a lot of running, so I was a lot of the running back, and then I play safety, and then for the combine, I was the rusher for my team.
Okay. So let's talk a little bit about that combine. You guys head down to Columbus. Again, the Browns have done a great job really embracing flag football on the girls' side of things, and they've poured a lot of money and a lot of things into it. So kudos to them, number one. But then you guys having this opportunity to go down and participate with, how many other girls were there, first off? Hundreds?
I would probably say around 60 maybe.
Okay.
Yeah,
there was a good amount, but the guys combine was before us. There's a lot more guys, but there's still a lot of girls.
Okay, and so what did you do at the combine? What did they put you guys through? Drills, like you said, it sounds like you played on a team as well. So what did the day entail for you guys?
So we came in, we started with a bunch of different drills.
Well, we ran 40s and got our things tested and agility.
Okay.
And then we had stations, and we all got colored wristbands, which split us up into groups, which determined where you went for your drill.
Okay.
And we had the white team and the black team, which I don't really know the purpose of that.
Right.
We all we got split up. We went to all the drills, and then after that, we went back into a group. We had a big talk, and then they split us up into our teams, which were based on our colors again.
Yep.
And we all had a coach, and we played a game. And then they just went over some things at the end and did MVP, and some of the girls got invited to the All-American, which is down in Orlando.
Yeah.
It's a big tournament, I think.
Sure.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Now, did you guys have to play against each other, or were you on the same team?
No, we were on different teams.
Yeah, we didn't even play each other. We only got
other.
to play one game.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then was there something that maybe while you were down there that you learned to help improve your game, or something that maybe you went in knowing that you wanted to improve on, that you learned to get to that next level, to that, take your level to that next part?
I specifically am not very good at flag pulling because I usually just play offense, but when they put me in for defense, I have to pull flags, and I'm not very good.
Yeah.
So when we were down there, I wanted to work on that, and we did a lot of drills with defense. So I think it really helped, being able to he made us go to the sideline and like follow and track the player so we could grab their like flag or force them out of bounds.
Okay.
So I think it was like really smart being able to do that and like get a better hold of the flag.
I would say pulling flags too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's hard. It's harder than people think.
Yeah.
Having played a little bit of flag football myself, it's not an easy thing to do because you think it's going to be, oh, you're right there, but somebody can escape from you pretty easily if you're not in that breakdown position. But your speed, obviously probably helped you rush the passer, just like your speed helps you on the wide outside offensively. Would you agree with that?
Yeah.
Yeah. Doing track in middle school definitely
Yeah.
helped because Mindy always likes to use our like speed for like running deep routes and stuff. And then rushing, if you can get to the quarterback fast enough and be able to pull their flag before they throw the ball, then it really helps your team.
Yeah.
And now for you guys going into this postseason, now that the regular season is over, Coach Allen mentioned last week you guys have kind of been rotating through quarterbacks, trying to find the right piece. Are you guys in a good spot now going in, and what should we expect coming up this weekend?
I think we're in a pretty good spot. Yeah.
We don't have like too many practices because a lot of people scheduled
Yeah.
with softball and track and stuff.
Right.
And like we have travel volleyball. But I think right now our quarterback is Kendra Conrad.
Yep.
And she's doing pretty good. Like we're getting
Yeah.
down our routes and like where to throw the ball and just like fundamental stuff
Yeah.
like that.
Without a lot of practice, is it hard to, I don't want to say remember plays or institute new plays, trying to change it up a little bit, or are you guys sticking to what works best?
We have like a few special plays that we run like a little, but usually she comes on the field with us obviously, and then we have the playbook and she'll give us like the number and where to run our routes. So like it's not like too hard like that, but I think if we did have more practices, we could run like more like fun
Yeah.
change up
Yeah.
plays that would like throw the opponent off. Like Kirtland's really good at doing that.
Yeah, they are.
Okay. Coached by Tiger Laverde, so play action is a big thing over there at Kirtland. I'm not a surprise that that's happening. So let's talk playoffs. Our regular season is pretty much over. Playoffs, our first playoff games are tomorrow, so that's Friday, May 2nd. We're going to be over at Brooklyn High School Friday afternoon and evening. We take on Brooklyn, the host school, first. If we win that game, looks like Hawken is on pace to be that second game. We had a close matchup with them earlier this year, according to Coach Allen. What will we need to do to, not that we're looking past Brooklyn at all, if we get to that Hawken matchup, what are we looking to do differently or better in order to get a win against Hawken on Friday night?
A big thing for Hawken is their quarterback.
Yeah.
She's really good
Yeah.
at getting away from the rusher and just being able to like scramble and get the ball thrown. So I feel like if we worked a little bit on like rushing and getting our defense down, I feel like that could be a huge like step up for us.
Yeah.
And then just like being all together, because like before we still haven't had a lot of practices,
Yeah.
so our quarterback situation was a little bad, and like everyone was kind of like
Trying it out. Like,
like new
tried
positions.
Yeah.
So I feel like now that we all like have our positions down
Yeah.
and like know what we're doing, I feel like it'll be a good game. We could
Yeah, I
win.
agree.
All right, and then if we beat Hawken, so again, Brooklyn first, then Hawken, we win 2 games on Friday the 2nd, we would advance down to Cleveland Browns Stadium for the semifinals and the finals, which would be the following Friday, I do believe, May 9th. So we'll keep everybody updated here as we go and as we do the pod next week.
And if you guys, obviously 2 years in now, if you had a message for some of the middle school girls that are interested, what would you say to them to get them involved into flag football?
I would say just like keep trying, like throwing, like just getting down like how to throw, like catching. I feel like just playing with your like dad or your brother or someone is like a good way to like prepare. And I know that Mindy's been doing some middle school flag football
Yeah.
things too. So being able to do that now to get ready for the high school like team would be a good way to start.
Yeah, I feel like it's just a really good experience, and you should come out and try it.
Yeah, and she's pretty flexible, obviously. As you guys have said, everybody on the team is playing another sport
Yeah.
for the most part. It's track, it's softball, it's volley, it's club volleyball, whatever it might be. Everybody's schedule is busy. Mindy's schedule is busy. She does everything. She's coaching a lot of sports. but I know a lot of practices are after a practice or after a match or a game. So it's a great message because you can have time to do it. There's no doubt about it. It can work out. So again, best of luck this weekend as we take on Brooklyn and then hopefully Hawken. And we'd love to come down to Cleveland Brown Stadium the following week. That'd be a fun experience, wouldn't it? Have you guys done that
Yeah.
before?
We did
Yeah,
last
we
year.
went last year.
Okay. So let's do it again this year. Best of luck on Friday as you guys take on Brooklyn and Hawken. Before we let you go, Aubrey and Maddie, just some off-the-wall questions, a little bit of get to know you here. As I said, no answers are incorrect here. We'll just let you guys answer them each as we go. How about a favorite restaurant for you guys?
I would say Chick-fil-A or
Chick-fil-A?
Chipotle.
Okay.
My favorite restaurant is Cava.
No, where is that? I don't know
It's like
that
a
one.
southern thing.
Okay.
It's kind of like Chipotle,
Okay.
but it's Mediterranean, I guess.
Okay.
I don't know. It's really good.
Okay, where's the closest Cava at?
I'm pretty.
Indianapolis,
Yeah,
I
it's
think.
Indianapolis.
Yes.
Oh, wow. Okay, so not anything local.
Yeah, maybe like Georgia.
Okay, so it is truly a southern thing. Okay, excellent. Favorite subject in school, girls?
Probably math.
Math?
Yeah.
Mine would
Maddie?
be history.
History, okay. Favorite movie or television show, series, Netflix, anything along those lines?
Probably the Divergent series.
Oh, that's
the
a good
movie
one.
series.
I like the Hunger Games series.
Hunger Games, good too. All right. Favorite memory from Perry athletic wise? I think it could be rec sports in elementary, middle school, high school, anything at all.
Winning the football state championship.
Yeah, I was
Good one.
gonna say the same,
Same
thing.
thing.
That was a good.
Yeah, it was a good
That was
community
fun.
event, wasn't it? Just brought everybody together. It was an exciting day.
Yeah.
Awesome. Any hobbies outside of, you guys are both very busy athletically. Any hobbies outside of sports?
Probably just shopping.
Just what your parents want to hear, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I like to read
Okay.
and build Legos.
Okay, awesome.
That's sad.
No, that's not a bad. Again, no wrong answers here. All right, last question, girls. We'll get you out of here. Visit anywhere in the world. Money's not an object. Where are you guys heading?
Probably the Maldives or Greece.
Maldives.
One of the two.
I've seen some nice pictures of both. Maddie?
I'll go to the Philippines.
Philippines. Okay. All right, girls. Awesome job today. Thanks for coming in and spending some time with us and telling your story about last week's combine and flag football and the ever-growing sport that it is. And we wish you the best of luck on Friday night. And hopefully we can come down to Brown Stadium and see you.
Thank you.
All right. Thanks for being here. Yeah. Again, with having Mindy on last week, we'll get you guys out. And who's got class next? Does anybody have to get to class right now? No? Okay. We'll bring up Addie then. Thank you again, girls.
Yeah, thank
Appreciate
you.
it. So flag football is just a ever-growing thing here, and it's great. Coach Allen, obviously, to have two girls invited down to Columbus to the Combine speaks a lot about our program, speaks a lot about Mindy's involvement and her relationship with the Browns. And, just an exciting time and something new and sort of a burgeoning sport that's we're just starting it out. It's exciting to be part of it.
And that's the big push. As Mindy mentioned last week, the Haslams and the Cleveland Browns behind it, bringing in the Bengals, so getting the entire state of Ohio involved. And and I think you mentioned it last week, getting it closer to being a high school and OHSA sanctioned sport is right around the corner. So, for the girls that are interested, in the last 2 weeks, there's been a lot of talk about flag football and what can happen over these next couple of years.
Yeah, that's awesome. Well, we're going to transition right into our athlete of the week here. On the female side, we have Addie Trebsker from our track program. Addie, congratulations.
Thank you.
There's your Addie is a repeat athlete of the week, so she gets another DQ certificate. Are you guys both repeats as well?
Yeah.
Both? Yeah. So that's all right. It's the way it goes. It's a new season, new sport. Addie's sport here in the spring, as I mentioned, is track. So let's just dive into it, Addie. She's already a 3-time state qualifier in the pole vault, so that's one of her sports, or one of her events in track. What other events are you doing on the track here this spring?
I'm coming back from an injury, so
Yeah.
we've been kind of experimenting. I'm running the 200. I might be in the 4x4,
Okay.
100, 4x1, short sprints,
Okay,
stuff like that.
short sprints.
Who are your teammates in the relays?
For the 4x1, it's Brooklyn, Marley, Hazel, and me.
Okay. And you guys, how has our success been for the 4x1? We've been moving pretty good, right?
Yeah, the 4x1's been pretty good. It's really hard to get it around the track with everyone being there. Handoffs have been a little tricky, but
Okay.
I feel like once we get stuff on, we have the speed to go pretty far.
Okay. And let's start. We'll sort of restart from the beginning. Our spring season here in track started down south in South Carolina. And how was that trip for you specifically and your teammates? Did you guys have a good time? A lot of accomplishments in terms of training wise. I know it was a huge meet we competed in, but how was
Oh
that
my
overall
gosh.
experience?
It was so much fun. Myrtle Beach is just a great team bonding
Yeah.
experiment. First thing in the season is just
Yeah.
great. Getting out of the cold and having a week of warm weather to train is also amazing. I couldn't do much because of
'Cause
my
of the
injury, but it was still fun. I got to throw jab again,
Yeah.
which is fun.
One of the few states that allows javelin to be thrown. So South Carolina, we brought the javelins down there and tossed them around a little bit. And
Uh-huh.
you got the highest mark. I mean, you're the technically, I guess, the school record holder in the javelin.
I
here
think
at Perry High
Paige
School.
Silvis has the
Oh,
record.
Paige still has
yeah,
it?
I think
Okay,
I'm.
so
I
you
think
did-
I'm 2 feet away.
Oh, okay. I knew you
But
were
I don't have
close.
another
I thought
chance,
You got
so.
it. All right, I know. Now, did you throw it at Slippery Rock or no?
No, I couldn't. I got
Okay.
hurt.
Got it. Okay, fair enough. So yeah, you move on from there. The week down in Myrtle Beach, agree. All the kids that come on, all of our athletes talk about these trips that they go on, and some of them are their favorite memories of Perry. So I know it's a fun time to be with your teammates and sort of start that bonding process. Then we come back up north, and of course the temperature and the weather is horrible.
Drops,
and
it's cold.
Yeah, it's cold. We have a couple of cancellations
Pool
during the
workouts.
week. Yeah. So and again, you're battling an injury in that cold. Not those things don't align very well.
Definitely
They're
not,
They
no.
don't go hand in hand. So how has we've ramped it up a little bit as far as the weather goes,
Yeah.
temperature wise, over the last 2 weeks or so. We had Perry Relay, still a cold day.
Yeah.
What's been your favorite? I know our dual meets are a little bit more laid back during the week than the invitationals or the relays we attend on the weekend. What's been your favorite invitational or relay event that you've attended this season?
Oh gosh, we've had so many. We've
Yeah.
had so many back-to-back invites
Yes,
and stuff,
Yes.
which I think that's really great training.
Yeah.
Where did we go this past weekend?
Was it Chardon?
Chardon and Harvey. I liked Harvey. I mean, I don't necessarily love jumping there, but
Yeah.
I got 10 feet in the rain, so it
Okay.
makes me excited because I'm finally feeling more healthy.
Right.
So it makes me excited to see what I can do when it's great weather conditions, maybe a little tailwind or something.
Right.
So yeah, that's always fun. And this past meet was so much fun because we all got to just kind of throw ourselves in things we never really do, which is
Yeah.
a lot of fun.
Yeah, so we had senior night for the first time.
Yes.
We can say that we made some history this year. It's our
We
first
did.
time
First
having
senior
a
night for
senior
track.
night. We'll talk to Alex here in a little bit. His senior night is tonight. We're going indoors for that one, but we had 11 seniors to be recognized out on the track,
Mm-hmm.
and that was a lot of fun. And then I know the coaches sort of let the athletes sort of pick their events, and it was
Mm-hmm.
a fun, relaxed day. Still got some training in, nothing over the top. And Madison was certainly on board. They were good, participants in it as well. We had some combo relays,
Yeah.
boys and girls. So two
That
boys,
was
two
so much
girls
fun. Mm-hmm.
in the relays together, which you never get to do. Madison did it as well. So it was a fun day out at the track on
really was.
Tuesday.
And having fun with it, does that help too? Because I'm sure senior night's an emotional night to begin with, where if you had to go out and perform or do your normal
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
event, there might be some different emotions going into it, where this you can just kind
Yeah.
of enjoy the day.
It was a lot of fun. Honestly, it hasn't even hit me yet that I'm not going to be running track next year, and it's just really I feel like it's going to take even after the last meet, not going to practice and stuff, for it to really hit me, because I don't know. I don't know. It's just been my life for so long that I just can't imagine without it.
It's going to be an adjustment for sure. But
Oh,
the
yeah.
good news is we've still got at least a month, hopefully a little bit longer than a month. The
Praying.
week state track is the first weekend in June, so June 6th and 7th down in Columbus. So you're second in the News Herald area right now with that 10-foot jump that you mentioned.
Mm-hmm.
What do you need to see, or what do you need to do here over the next month, the coming weeks, to make sure I'm sure your goal is to get back down to state again.
Oh, yeah.
So to get there, what do you need to see happen over? Is it just simply healing up and taking it easy, or is there something, in particular you need to sort of hone in on and sort of work on that?
So I have two options. I
Okay.
either need to get on big poles and run fast and sit over bars, or learn how to swing in the
Okay.
next couple weeks.
Okay.
But it's gotten a lot more competitive this year.
Yeah.
Right now, I think I'm ranked 4th or 5th in the region,
Okay.
and coming off a regional championship.
Yeah.
We have some D1 schools that moved down to D2 this
Okay.
year who have some good vault competition. So honestly, Coach and I were talking about this yesterday.
Yeah.
We think that 10 feet might get left home this year.
Okay.
Which is insane to think about because
Right.
9.6 went last year, 9 feet. It
Yeah.
was just, I don't know. It's just a huge change. And
Yeah.
I mean, that's what happens with field events.
Sure.
It's going to change every year. But yeah, I just really need to make it back down.
And
one more
then
time.
how about in the 4x1, 4x2, any of the other events that are we tracking to get any of those relays down to the state meet or at least to regionals?
Okay, so believe it or not, 4x4, we haven't ran it a lot,
Yeah.
but Coach thinks that that race has a good chance
Okay.
to make it down for the girls.
That's awesome.
We're gonna try to put together a 4x2 with the same 4x1 team we have,
Yep.
but those events are really close, so we'll see how
They're
that
back
works
to back,
out.
yeah, almost.
I know the boys 4x1 is definitely going. They're great.
They're smoking it right now. for
Yeah, they've
sure.
been
Set
doing
the
great.
school
They're
record,
so
yeah.
fun to watch.
Yeah.
They really are. Yeah, but I think we just all need to work on handoffs, work on the technique, the tiny things, because it's so
It's
technical.
bang bang. I mean, it's literally a half a second is a big gap.
It
And
is.
It sounds
It really
like it's
is.
not, but it's so fast in the 4x1.
It's really crazy.
And back to the pole vault for a minute. So you mentioned
Mm-hmm.
two different styles. So how do you decide now in the next week or 2 or 3 to switch or change, or what do you do now,
Well,
which I'm sure is comfortable,
Yeah.
or these two aren't what you do now?
whatever comes first, I guess. So I've been getting on bigger poles at practice, bigger poles at meets that I ever have been on. So it's looking really promising in that aspect. The swing would really help me. Like if I learned how to swing, I'd be up there. But I've always just sat over bars, ran fast, and jumped high, I guess.
Just use that athleticism, right? That's,
Yeah.
That's it.
So now bigger pole, are we talking about length, the
Length and,
weight,
like, the flex, the weight
And
of
I'm
the
sure you
pole.
have to hold it in a different spot, or
No,
that-
the holding is kind of similar. You just have to get used to like the pole drop because it's going to drop faster when it's heavier. But yeah, now I'm on 13-foot poles, so
And have you ever broken a pole?
I have not.
Okay, knock on wood. We don't want that. to
Yeah,
happen,
oh
right?
gosh.
No, that's a scary thing. I saw one happen in South Carolina.
Yeah,
I
I've
think
seen
McCoy.
Javin break a pole, Braden, and now McCoy, and Traxton. Actually, I've seen all of them.
They've all. Yeah, it's a crazy thing to watch. It's sort of scary. So
Yeah.
the other part of the pole vault, you have 2 other girls jumping with you this year, pole vaulting with you. So
Yes.
how have they advanced, and have you been able to help guide them along as kind
Like
of like
my
an extra
teammates?
coach? Yeah.
Yeah.
As going through your injury.
Oh yeah. So like the younger girls, the freshmen who just want to try it. It's just great to see more girls wanting to do pole vault first off, because I feel like it was such a small event for such a long time. But it's really great to see them try. There's not much you can tell them when they're learning how. They just have to kind of get comfortable with it, and then you can start doing things like pushing at your takeoff and keeping your left arm straight, stuff like that. So it's just really, I don't know, it's really cool to see, especially Marley's progress.
yeah.
Because she's come so far since last year, and it's just so fun to watch her like relearn things she forgot from last year. And it's just, she's the most positive person too, so it's so fun to watch her.
What's her best jump so far this year?
This year, I'm not sure if she got 9 or 9.6.
Okay.
But
So she's in the mix.
she's in the mix. She
Awesome.
is. She's really good with long jump too, so I know she's
Yeah.
got a chance for that as well.
Sure. Okay. Awesome. All right, Addie. Well, here's our schedule over the next coming weeks.
Mm-hmm.
We've got, it sort of slows down. Are you going to Austintown Fitch on Saturday?
I am not.
No. It's
Made that
prom.
mistake last year.
Yeah, it's prom. And it's one of those things. Fitch always seems to fall on the day of prom.
It does.
And so it's just one of those things. But then
Yeah.
we really have a bit of a slower time. We're going to go to Euclid next Thursday,
Yep.
and then we'll be off as we lead into the CVC conference meet. So Tuesday, the 13th of May, and Thursday, The 15th will be CVC held here at Perry, followed by the district meet the following Thursday and Saturday, and then on regionals and on the state. And so that's it over the next coming month. We'll update everybody, obviously, and we wish you nothing but the best as you finish things off.
Thank you.
Hoping to see you down in Columbus again this year.
Yep, me
Before
too.
we let you go, we'll just ask you some questions. Again, a repeat from cheer. Addie was our athlete of the week in the fall, but we won't go back and look to see if your answers are the same. They can
All right.
certainly change. It's no big deal.
They probably
but-
have.
Yeah, they probably, especially on the food aspect. Any favorite food or favorite restaurant?
Does Starbucks count?
Sure. Yeah, I'm there a lot, so I know how that goes.
Oh, I'm sure you are,
Yeah,
with
it's-
Katie and
yeah,
everything. Yep.
no, yeah. So they do have food there, believe it or not.
They
So.
do, and it's good food.
Yeah, not bad at all.
Try Starbucks food.
Okay. Favorite subject in school?
I think this might be the same as last time. I really
Okay.
liked anatomy.
Okay. Yep. Mr. Kineski's class.
Yep.
Favorite movie or show? Series, Netflix, Prime Video, doesn't matter. Where
I'm
you
watching
going
the
there?
new season of Young Sheldon right now, so
Okay.
that's my favorite
Is it
show
fun?
right now.
That's a good one.
Oh
I'll
yeah.
have to check that out. Favorite memory from Perry Athletics? Again, youth to middle school to high school. What are you going to take away? You're walking across the stage here in about 17 days.
I
You're going to
know.
graduate. What are you as you approach graduation? What are you going to take away from Perry?
Oh gosh, I don't know. I mean, I think the most memorable moment for me was making it to state my freshman year
Sure.
because I came into regionals ranked 11th and you need top 4 to go to state.
Yeah.
So that was a great experience. There was a lot of tears that
Yeah.
day. And it's just I look back on the video and I get chills every
Yeah.
time. It's just great. And also making it with Marley last year was so much fun.
Yeah, awesome.
She was in the same situation as me. She was
Yeah.
ranked 11th and PR'd
And just got it
there.
done.
It was
and
great. Mm-hmm.
That's exciting when you have that's the unknown. You're not favored to go in. You're sort of under the radar, and,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
and you just nail it, and there you go. So, yeah, that's all right. You'll handle it. You'll be now that you're on the other end. You'll be fine.
All right.
Favorite hobbies? You do a lot of athletics. You've golfed before. You've cheered. What? Anything outside of athletics that you do for fun?
I like to bake. I like to
Okay.
cook. Stuff
right.
like that.
Awesome.
I'm a previous future chef winner in 3rd grade.
Okay,
so,
well, there you go.
yeah.
Visit any place in the world. Where are you going? Money's not an object.
My mom just went to Europe,
Yeah.
so I really want to go to Europe and also Jamaica, which I am going this summer.
Okay,
so I'm
good.
excited.
Well, I think you know somebody who can get you where you need to go.
I think
in that
so.
aspect. I think she could handle that for you. So that's great. And let's just talk real quick. I know earlier today we had not our signing day, but our college
decision day.
announcements. And so where are you heading, and what are you going to study?
I'm going to East Carolina University, and I'm going to study kinesiology on an occupational therapy track.
All right.
So
Awesome stuff. That's a lot.
Yep.
I had to say that the other day at senior night. So
Oh, yeah.
I think I messed up occupational therapy track. I don't know what I did.
Oh
but
no, you're fine.
That was good. Okay.
No, yeah,
So
you're good.
what drew you to East Carolina?
I knew kind of what I wanted in a college.
Yeah.
So I think my mom honestly put all of the things I wanted into ChatGPT and it
Okay.
popped up. But
Right.
it was, I don't know, it's just great. I mean, if you know OU, the college town,
Yes.
you obviously do.
Yeah, I know that well.
It's kind of like OU, but in warmer weather.
Yeah. It's in North Carolina, Greenville, North Carolina,
Yep.
right? So it's sort of, and it's on the east side, so it's not too far from the ocean.
It's about an hour and a
About
half.
an hour.
yeah.
Okay, so it's you could be worse. It could be 4 or 5 hours away. So you're within striking distance of the ocean. You're in the warmer weather.
Yep.
And it's got the program that you want. So it sounds like a great fit. And
It is. They do.
We wish you nothing but the best. You're going to stay a pirate.
I'm going to stay a pirate.
All right,
Once
East
a pirate,
Carolina.
always a pirate.
That's right. All right. Addie Trevsker, Girls Athlete of the Week for track. Best of luck.
Thank you.
Addie, thanks for everything, and we wish you nothing but the best.
Thank you.
All right, Addie Trevsker, Girls Track. This is an exciting time for all of our track athletes right now because, as I just said, we're hitting that stride where everything is going to be postseason here sooner rather than later, and it's time to start hitting those PRs and peaking at the right time, and it sounds like she's going to do that.
And that's what it seems like a lot of the athletes we've had this year that have been seniors have been kind of hampered in their senior year by an
Yeah.
injury and
Yeah.
being fresh by the time they need to make that tournament run. So
Yep.
it seems like it's lining up in that right path to get down there for the 4th time.
It is. All right, let's bring up our 2 male athletes of the week because they are a doubles team and they are also brothers. They are also repeat athletes of the week from the fall season where they were part of the golf team. There you go, gentlemen.
Thank
Did you
you.
guys use these the last time?
I did.
Okay. Perry, DQ, thanks as always for their support. Free meal deal, free Blizzard. Take care of you guys when you go down there. So Alex and Benny Dame are here. Welcome, gentlemen. Well, good to have you back on the show.
Yeah,
All
thank
right,
you.
Excellent. Alex is wearing his goggles.
Never
for
never safe.
Our senior game. You think the assassin's going to come in here right now and just take you out? He can't.
You never know.
Yeah, when you got the goggles on, you're exempt, right?
Yeah, might as well just sleep in them. I mean,
Okay.
you never want to forget them.
Did you play yesterday with those on?
I almost did. The
Okay.
Wycliffe guy was like, "Are you wearing goggles?" And I was like, "I am," and I didn't realize it.
All right, so let's just give we have can everybody's listening can understand a little bit if they don't know what just a quick synopsis of this senior game that you guys are all playing.
So it's called Senior Assassin. It's
Yeah.
this new thing they started last year. Basically, you try to squirt your senior friends with squirt guns and get them out that way. But you're protected if you wear like goggles or a floaty, so you have to wear it to protect yourself. And if you don't have it on, you can get out. And then there's like purge days where floaties don't protect you, stuff like that.
Okay.
So thank goodness, school zone is safe, but
School zone is safe.
Still,
You're
some
still
people like
in.
to tweak the
Obviously,
rules.
you're still in.
I'm still
How
in.
many people are still in? Any idea?
probably like 20-ish.
Okay, so you're still a good number.
Yeah.
Okay,
So-
you got some work to do.
Yeah.
It's a good thing Eddie's gone because there was a incident with the use of our driveway.
Oh
and-
no.
Yeah. So,
Yeah, tough subject for Addie.
Yeah.
Oh,
So I'm glad she's already
no.
gone before
Okay.
this was brought up.
Good.
so.
Yeah, we don't want to go there. No need to bring up negativity, right?
Yeah.
Just. But I know it's a competitive game. I know people are getting into it, so it's sort of fun
for
to
sure
see.
stressful.
Okay. That's hilarious. All right, Alex and Benny, you guys are athletes of the week based on your performance here this season and, really yesterday, wrapping up the Chagrin Valley Conference title for first doubles. You guys have played first doubles for our team the entire year. And you guys got challenged yesterday, but came out on top over the Kirtland team in 3 sets. And our first team, all CVC in the Valley Division. Our team won it. So let's just talk about your season so far. And obviously that's probably our biggest accomplishment being CVC champs yesterday and you guys winning that. But how has the season gone for you guys respectively?
It's gone. In my opinion, much better than we thought. There's tough teams that we've played, like Erie McDowell and
Yeah.
Edgewood are perfect examples. Teams that we did not honestly think that we were going to come out on top. Erie McDowell was a very close match. They were a very good team. We were not really expecting that close of a match, but
Yeah.
it came down to the end. Me and Benny were the last team to finish, and it was 2-2. So the winner of that won the match.
take all.
Edgewood, we all played probably our best of the year. Bronson got faced with a really tough opponent over at Edgewood, but other than that, everyone played almost a perfect match, and we came out on top. So it's wins like those that have given us the confidence to beat teams like that throughout the year, and I think for that it's gone very well.
Yeah, I agree with what Alex said. Our success has been very good, and our team chemistry is very much up there. We all have so much fun together at practice, before matches, all that. And it's honestly been the best thing I could have ever asked for to play with Alex this year. Our team chemistry is up there, and it's just he's just a fun person to be around, so it's been a blast.
So,
Yeah, go ahead.
I was going to say, whose idea was it to be paired together this year?
It was kind of coach.
It was Coach Walker. I was in between singles and doubles, and we thought it was best for the team that I went down to play doubles. And me and Alex fortunately got paired up together and took off from there.
Oh, that's awesome. You get to do it as brothers in Alex's senior year. As I mentioned, senior night tonight against St. John. We're going to move that over to Pine Lake.
against
So about
Madison.
3-4. Oh,
We're
at
at
Madison?
Madison,
yeah.
Okay. When did we play? Oh, we played
We
St.
played St.
John.
John.
That was
Yeah.
last week.
Yeah.
Okay, so Madison
Last Thursday.
over at Pine Lake today, 3:45. I would agree with Benny. I saw it sort of firsthand yesterday being outside we hosted the CVC tournament, and we host a lot of stuff here. If people don't know, there's always something going on, it seems. But I was out there yesterday, and that was the first thing I noticed. Like, these guys, they're talking before the matches. They're having fun with each other. It's a pretty good atmosphere right now within that team, and I think that just sort of breeds success and breeds a laid back atmosphere. You guys can go have fun. There's not a lot of stress, like, oh my God, what if I don't do well? It's they have fun together, and it's a great group of guys in there. So take us through yesterday, first match, who was it against, second match, and so on, and we can sort of just take us through the day of what you guys experienced.
Yeah, so I'll start. So for the first match, we played Wycliffe.
Okay.
We had beat them. So for the CVC matches, we played Wycliffe twice. Before that already, we did come away for both matches beating them. I think both matches were like 6-1, 6-1. Yesterday we came out 6-0, 6-1. It was a good start for us for the day, especially going into just playing 2 matches and going into a championship game after that. And we knew that if we won, we were going straight to the championship right after that. It was just 2 matches for the day. So it was a good start, a good momentum, because me and Penny had a really, really bad day of practice the day before. We lost to just about everyone. But it helped our confidence and team chemistry a lot, coming in like that and playing as good as we did, and making it a quick but a nice round for us to go in and face Kirtland with.
All right, Benny, then talk to us about the championship match again against the Kirtland Hornets. Did they put their 1 and 2 singles guys down
They
in
did,
doubles?
yeah.
Okay, so have you played them before, or are these 2 new people?
We
for
did
you?
play them
Okay.
the first match of the year when we first played Kirtland. It was, again, a close match,
Yeah.
but we pushed through. We didn't play our best, but especially yesterday, I felt like we did not start up as good as we thought we would. But we pushed through. He pushed through. He was running everywhere. And, yeah, we got it done, so we were proud of it.
So did we lose the first set or the second set?
We did lose the first set, and then we
First set.
barely won the second
Barely
one,
won the
but
second one.
then we took that momentum through and dominated the third set.
Yeah, so 6-1 final, 6-2,
6-2.
6-2 was
in
the final
third
set.
set.
Okay,
It was a long. I don't think we've played that.
Yeah,
long
that
of a
was the
match.
longest match of the year,
It
for
was
sure.
close. We started at 12:45, and I got on my phone at the very end. It was like 4:05.
Yeah, you guys were the last match on the court.
Yeah.
That was a great way to end it, though, and that sort of wrapped up and put a bow on the CVC championship for us and for you guys as well, being CVC champs.
And as you guys are going back and forth and rally and into a long match, the endurance comes in. How do you guys stay mentally into that game instead of, I don't want to say checking out, but you could easily just be like, you know what, we're doing everything and we can't get a point here, or vice versa.
Yeah, just like like everyday life, like we're always like there for each other, pick each other up. So it was just kind of normal, and we were used to it. So we just picked each other up, and we built momentum from there.
Yeah, and I totally agree with what he's saying, because we both really wanted it, and we kept saying it the whole time that this is something we really wanted. We knew going into this match, especially after the first one, because unfortunately it's not what you want, but the first match that we played them in the year did get chippy, and it did get chippy yesterday, just because of rules and parents, all that good stuff.
Yeah.
It was a mess, but it was nice to have Benny in my ear, like saying good job and like hyping us up, like getting us back on track when we were down, especially in that first set. I mean, I feel like we were down a good amount, and then we came back, even though we lost in a tiebreaker in the first set. But the second set, it was like 2-1, 3-2, 4-3. So we had to stay focused.
Yeah.
I feel like compared to every other match, instead of like listening into other people's matches, I was kind of just honed in on ours.
Right.
But it was good. We stayed focused. Like Benny said, kept with each other.
Is there an advantage maybe of being brothers as well? I mean, you guys know what pushes each other's buttons. So if he gets on you or you get on him, it's nothing personal, where, if you had a different teammate, you might not be able to walk that fine line.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think it definitely helps that we're brothers, because we've been through this before with sports. Golf, we're right there, and it's just easy to communicate with each other, and we know what our highs are and our lows are, so it helps to help each other.
Yeah, I agree. But the only thing is, I feel like when we have our highs, it's much higher than it would be if I was with another teammate, and
Yeah.
if we have our lows, it's much lower than it would. Just because we're brothers, and we get mad at each other more than we would another teammate. So sometimes that can be bad. Like we did that against Erie McDowell. We lost 6-0. We were just not speaking to each other, and it was bad. And then we started to win a few points, started talking, got fired up, and then we ended up coming away with that one. So
It is easy to separate when you guys get home, like leave tennis on the court, and then at home we're brothers and tennis doesn't matter until the next time we get back on the court, or you guys take it home with you?
We'll discuss it in the car, but once we get home, it'll leave our minds, and sometimes we'll bring it up, but we just let it go.
I guess it depends on what happens in that day. Like yesterday, it came up at home, but like practices,
In a good way, right? Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Practices and stuff we leave in the car. But I mean,
What's the biggest difference between golf and tennis?
I mean, I don't think there's much of a difference because it's really mental.
Yeah.
And but the only thing is with doubles, though, you got to rely on your teammate a little bit more, and it's a little bit different, but they are very similar.
yeah, it's kind of like if you scrambled in golf. Like
Yeah, right.
it's like that in a sense. But like he said, they're very similar in the mental aspect of it. If you get frustrated in tennis, I mean, you're gonna rocket some over or rocket some into the net. I mean, same thing in golf.
And if you're scouting your brother, what does he bring to this doubles team that you don't, and vice versa? Like, where's your weakness that he, makes up for it? And
He definitely brings in the speed aspect. He gets like every ball, and he's very consistent everywhere. And sometimes I'll try to nail the ball, and it's inconsistent sometimes, but he's always very consistent. He always gets to the ball, so.
And I agree with what he's saying. And he has a really good serve, and he hits it really hard. Some of his balls I don't know how they get back over the net. I don't know how teams return them, but his serves and his speed is definitely something that is a big strength of ours. Having his first serve on our doubles team is definitely a huge thing because you feel like, we're going to win Benny's serve because he hits so many powerful serves in. And for most teams, that's hard to get back. So that's definitely a big strength of his. And net play.
A question off of the serve: has he ever hit you in the back?
No.
Never.
He did.
Thank God. I always think about it
I do
sometimes,
too.
but
But my new thing is to lean over a little bit because he sometimes get close, but.
Yeah,
Hasn't happened.
I was notorious, unfortunately, for hitting my partner in the back in doubles, and he would get so mad. Then I don't know if he never admitted that he did it on purpose, but then I got drilled in the back like 3 matches later. So
Jackson drilled D1.
shout out to Jackson. He
man.
drilled Dorian right in the back of the ear.
right in the ear. It was so hard.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's tough. That's not a fun thing. So all right, well that's good. Let's keep it that way.
Yeah.
Keep the serves going over the net there, Benny. All right.
Yeah.
And for you, Alex, is there any added pressure being the lone senior? Like, is there anything that you're trying to make sure that gets accomplished this year before you head off to graduation?
It's kind of a weird question because it's different for me than golf because golf I've played my whole life. Tennis is somewhat new to me, so there's not really that pressure there to succeed. I mean, I've accepted Benny's much better than me at tennis, so there's not really pressure there in beating Benny. But I mean, obviously now we've made it this far. We've proven we can win.
Yeah.
I want to keep winning. That's the goal, especially for him, especially for my senior year, go out on a good note. I feel like we've done that so far, and I want to keep going, hopefully, to districts and stuff like that. But I'm not trying to put pressure on myself. Like you said before, I'm just trying to have fun. This is a great team we have, and it's genuinely some of the most fun I've had in my high school years. And
Sophomore laden, right? Benny's a sophomore. We got a lot of sophomores
Lot
on the
of
team.
sophomores.
We're one singles 1, 2, and 3 sophomores, first double sophomore. So
second double softball.
second double sophomore. So we're loaded up for the future too. I mean, you're going to graduate. We'll have to find a way to replace you next
Yeah.
year. But
You'll
the
have
team's
some
the
good-
team's in good
some big
shape, I guess,
guys,
for the future,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
But have you found someone to, not just on the tennis side, but now like the mayor of Perry High School, like have you
Yeah.
found your replacement yet?
Leader of our student
Yeah.
section, the whole 9 yards. Like who's in line and wait to take over for Alex Dane?
I guess we'll see. I mean, I don't know.
Man, that's a lot.
Gotta
Talk
have a
about
tryout.
pressure.
Junior
That's
class-
a lot of pressure.
I don't know
You
if
got
junior
big
class
shoes to
has it in
fill.
them. Sophomore
Yeah,
class might be better off taking over the role.
All right. Well, hey, because then you'll have it for 2 years. So
Yeah.
maybe it's in the sophomore realm.
Thanks
that
to AJ,
happens.
he started me off young. So I feel
Yeah,
like
that's
I
true.
gotta
That's
start off
true.
these
Yeah,
guys.
helped you out. So, all right. Well, so speaking of college, let's wrap up tennis here, and then we'll talk about your college decision. So CVC championship yesterday, we win it. You guys win it as doubles. Now we're on to essentially we've got senior night tonight. We've got Madison coming over, but sectionals and districts sort of lie down the road here. So next week. I think it's the following week, we're going to have sectionals and then qualifying on to the district level. So any particular goals, I mean, you mentioned it already, obviously you want to keep playing as long as you can, but the draw meetings tonight to where we're going to end up playing. We may end up all the way down in Worcester of all places.
Yeah.
What are some of your guys' goals as a doubles team specifically? Because now the team aspect is sort of out of it, and it's like not every person for themselves, but the singles guys are going to be in different parts of the draw. The doubles teams are going to be in different parts of the draw. Do you guys have any goals for sectionals?
You can go ahead.
We're gonna have some hard matches for sure, and we're gonna have a little bit easier ones, with all those mixed doubles teams. But just getting those bigger wins will push us forward, get us more momentum going to maybe districts or just like playing better in other matches that we'll have at sectionals.
Okay, great.
Yeah, we got some really good news this morning from our coach that we ended up top 10 in Northeast Ohio.
did.
So that we get to choose
Yes.
essentially where we want to play, and coach is going to put us in the best possible scenario, which we are very grateful for that. And it sounds like we're going to do a little bit of a different thing where we have, like Kirtland in a way, we're going to have a few singles players play some
Okay.
doubles with us to try to increase our chances.
Yeah.
It does
Go as long as you can, right?
It
Go as far as you
sounds
can.
like from the talk we've had the whole week, Worcester is going to be probably the ideal option,
Yep.
just because we're trying to avoid some of the bigger teams
Sure.
like Orange and them, because they're really good. But yeah, we're feeling much better now knowing about the top 10 and the picking. It sounds a lot better and takes a little bit of that pressure off.
Yeah, the top 10 is huge because now we do those top 10 teams get to pick where they go, where team 11 through 30 is assigned to their home bracket, which, as you mentioned, that would put us in with the Orange boys right off the bat and all that kind of stuff. So now we get to sort of pick and choose where we go, and even if it's a longer trip, it's going to give us the best chance at success here in that postseason run. So,
Right.
all right, Alex, let's talk college decision as we discussed with Addie earlier. She's going off to East Carolina. Where is Alex Dame heading?
I'm headed to the Ohio State University. Big shocker there.
Not a shock. Not a shock at all.
I'm going to start my freshman year off at one of the branches. I'm going to start at the
That's
Newark
awesome.
branch down in
Yep.
Columbus. I'm very excited. It's just like on my main campus
Yeah.
right there. I'll be there next year.
Yeah.
Get to go to football games, all that. So I'm very
You
excited.
get
for that
tickets just like,
opportunity.
it's awesome.
It's right there. So
Mrs. O's, Tony Ovens, our retired secretary here
Mm-hmm.
at Perry High School, both her boys did the same thing and had a great experience. So we know you're a big Buckeye. Big Buckeye at heart, and you would not a shock that you're going there. I know you're going to do great things. Any idea what you're majoring in yet?
I'm going to go the business and finance route.
Business and finance. Okay. All right. Well, best of luck. You get to walk across the stage. We're about 17 days away right now, so best of luck here as you graduate and you're off to OSU, and best of luck in the rest of the tennis season to both of you guys. We appreciate
Thank
you
you.
being on the show with us here today. We'll go one right after the other. We'll ask you the same questions again. Maybe they're different than the fall, but maybe they're not. What is favorite food or restaurant?
Mine is Chipotle.
Okay.
Mine is Condado's Tacos.
Condado. Okay.
Unbelievable.
Excellent.
Places.
There is one in Menor,
Menor,
right?
yes.
Okay. Favorite subject in school, gentlemen?
Mine used to be math, but I think science has taken it
It's
up. Right.
taken it over.
Shout out to Mr. Trentelli. He's
Okay,
done a great
Mr.
job.
Trent. Awesome. What class did you take of his?
I have chemistry right
Chemistry
now.
with him?
Yeah.
Okay. Favorite movie? Oh, Alex, what's your favorite subject?
It was math like Benny, but
Okay.
it's just as it got harder, it was not fun. I don't know if service learning counts, but that would be my favorite
Okay.
subject.
Yeah, that's all right. That's good. A great shout out to Mr. Soder and
Love
Mrs.
PSL.
Trent as well.
Amazing class.
They represent our community so well, and it's a great example of what we're trying to build here as a well-rounded student.
Yeah.
Here at Perry, giving back to the community and the area that you live in. It's a message that I think is heeded, and hopefully the idea is when you guys go out, you graduate from college, and you start a family, and you start living in any community that you're going to live, that you're going to give back to it. And so shout out. I'm glad you said that.
Yeah.
Favorite movie or show?
I personally do not watch any shows.
No shows.
But movie-wise, I'd say James Bond series is a very good series. But I just like action movies in general,
Okay.
all that stuff.
I also don't really watch shows.
Okay.
I'd have to say I dabble with the Break 50 series from Bryson DeChambeau. That's
Okay.
That's kind of my route. When
Little golf golf background
Yeah, watch
there.
those.
Okay. Favorite memory from Perry Athletics, again, all the way up, youth, middle school, high school. What are you guys going to take away when it's all said and done?
Golf is a big sport for me, and that was so much fun, getting to be with that group of guys that we had. But our trip to Ursuline this year, tennis, that van ride was one of the best van rides I've ever had. So I love this team, and
Okay,
it was a
awesome.
great memory.
Like I said, I could see it yesterday. I could feel it a little bit. You guys, you're not afraid to give each other a hard time or a good little elbow to the side, some good-natured ribbing, and again, it just sort of creates that laid-back, feel-good vibe, and you go play well, and we win a CVC championship. So that's awesome to hear. Alex, how about you?
I might have to agree. I mean, we have so much fun. I mean, we're constantly all talking to each other. We do like team dinners and stuff like
Sure.
every week. Go out and celebrate. Especially last night, we all went out and celebrated.
That's great.
It's just great. We're very close.
Yeah.
We have gotten to know each other all really well, and I feel like that's my way of leaving myself behind is leaving these guys with a good relationship, and hopefully that will carry on for their remaining years.
That's awesome. Any hobbies? You guys are pretty, you're at the golf course a lot, you're at the driving range a lot, you're at the putt-putt course a lot, you're on the golf course, you're on the tennis court.
Yep.
Any hobbies outside of all that you guys like to do?
Not really. Just golf is my summer, and
Okay.
working, hanging out with family, friends, all that stuff. So
Okay, cool.
Probably like golf and community service, especially now.
Yeah.
With the whole PSL thing. I mean, I do a lot more now than I did before, so
Awesome.
big part of my
All
life.
right, last question. We'll get you guys out of here. Visit anywhere in the world. Where are the Dame boys going?
it's a trick question. We recently went on a family vacation to Turks and Caicos Island.
Oh, okay.
That place was amazing, but it would have to be in the resort.
Okay.
The resort was really nice.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was the greatest vacation I've ever taken. So.
That's awesome.
You're going back?
Oh yeah,
Yeah, you're going back. You want to go back?
for sure.
Clear water. Beautiful
Yeah,
water.
beautiful
right?
water.
Yeah, beautiful water. I've never
Service
been,
there
but I've
was
heard.
amazing.
It was awesome. It was
Yeah.
awesome. I feel like if I'm going the golf route, I've got to say Augusta National, especially
Yeah.
after just watching the Masters.
That was a great
I think we gotta
Masters,
say
historical Masters, right? Like the highest rated Masters in the last 10 or 12 years.
Yep.
I mean, it was pretty palpable golf there. It was down to the wire. That was exciting.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we'll see if AJ can ever actually get a job in the world in the world of golf, and maybe he can get you on Augusta somehow, some way. I don't know. No promises. But just throwing it out. Maybe. All right, gentlemen. Thanks for being here today.
thank you so much.
Yeah,
Thanks
thanks.
for
You
having
guys
us
are
on.
great. Thanks for being here. Best of luck the rest of the season. And senior night over at Pine Lake, 3:45. Alex Dame will walk down it'll be our first time over at Pine Lake, but we'll honor Alex and all that he's done. Thank you, gentlemen. You can hear it in their voices. You can see it in their expressions. They're having a good time on the tennis side of things right now, and that's awesome. That's what we love to hear.
Do you think you could have played with one of your siblings? I don't think I would have been able to. Any sport. It
my
wouldn't have
brother
mattered,
and I
tennis or
would've-
not.
We would have killed it. He actually was a freshman when I was a senior, and he played tennis, but we did not play doubles. I was a singles guy by that point. So, but it would have been tough. I don't know how we could have done it.
Yeah, I think too much of it would have came home. Like it would have
Yeah.
been a complete disaster.
Well, they're making it work,
Yes.
and we're again, good news in our top 10 finish there in the seeding. So we're going to get sort of pick and choose where we go. So best of luck to all of our spring sports. We're really in that home stretch. It's only May 1, but we've really got 2 or 3 weeks left of competition, including the postseason. So it's go time for all of our teams, and I know the goal is to be sort of hitting that peak right now and playing well as the postseason comes into play.
Yeah, and we have two more spring sports that we haven't talked about. We'll start on the softball side. 14-5, 8-1 within the CVC. 2 big wins earlier this week. One with Lakeside, one with Edgewood. Last week beat Madison to sweep them.
Yep.
So all 3 of those teams have been sweeps this year. So it's trending towards another CVC championship for
Right.
the softball team.
Yeah, definitely. Another big win against a non-conference Solon opponent.
Oh, yeah.
Very good sort of gauge. We scheduled that one specifically so to get an idea of, probably seeing some good pitching there and a good team and putting our team in, and sometimes in harm's way a little bit, thinking, can we actually go down and play it at their field? Can we win this game? And our girls responded and did a great job, and we came out of there with a W.
Yeah, a big win there. And then this week, they're off for the rest of this week with prom coming up, as we've talked about earlier. But next week, they're home for 4 next week, 3 of them being CVC games, and then a non-conference with Wycliffe. So you would think by Monday or Tuesday, you should be able to wrap up the conference.
Yeah, that's the sort of the plan. I know they'd love to do it at home. Obviously, that would be a great accomplishment. And anytime we can put numerals up on a banner in our gymnasium, it's a great accomplishment. And again, we're never all about wins and losses here, but it's what we're developing. Youth, middle school, freshman, JV, and then the varsity is sort of at that top of the pyramid, and those coaches know our goal, our expectation is we're going to go out and compete for championships, CVC championships each and every year, and so that's always a goal of any of our programs. So, hopefully we can get it done next week.
And with that, in that stolen game, Madeline and Falvey had 2 stolen bases, now the all-time leader in steals here at Perry. It seems like each week another record.
Yeah, we had
is
a
being
home
broken
run
on this.
record as well.
Yeah, Sid Collins, and then we had the doubles record with Elise when she was
Elise.
here.
And Maddie with the stolen base
Yes.
record. It just speaks to her great athleticism. Even coming back off of that ACL surgery, she has not missed a beat on the softball field. She's extremely fast. Obviously, to have the stolen base record, it goes without saying. But when she gets on base, number one, she can beat out an infield anything that's hit in the infield. So once she gets on base, she causes havoc for the other team and puts us in an aggressive state of mind. And we're able to manufacture runs when she's on base. So.
Yep. So they have like I said, four games next week, all at home. So if you haven't come out to see the team yet, they will be here all next week. So get out and support the softball team. I believe their draw for playoffs is this weekend.
It's Sunday, so that'll be our first draw. We just had the tennis one will be tonight, but we know what we're seeded. The seeding for the softball will come out on Saturday, and then the draw is Sunday afternoon at 2 p.m. So we'll know by the time we do the pod next week, we'll know what our bracket looks like, where we're at. Are we hosting? Are we on the road? What district are we in? And all those questions will be answered.
And on the other field, the baseball field, just as hot as the girls softball team. Baseball 11-3 right now. 2 wins this week. You go back to Cardinal and then a doubleheader with Beechwood.
Yeah, and Beechwood, came in and we thought they were going to. They have a Division I level pitcher that throws in the 80s. I don't know if he's hit 90, but he's throwing in the 80s and just a stud. And we end up facing him on day 2. So we got, they threw their number 2 the first day. We get that win. We run rule them in 5 innings on Monday, and then have to go out there and play on Tuesday. And now they're throwing their stud, and we still came home with the win. So I think I talked to Coach Platt, a lot of really good 2-strike hitting, taking at bats deep into the count, not necessarily going up there and swinging at the first pitch. And he said that everything just sort of came together against that Beechwood number 1. And so that was good to get 2 wins against them. And, the bats are swinging well right now, and, our pitching is solid as well. But, we're not going to win games 1-0.
Right.
Not many high school teams can, and especially in the postseason, we're going to have to score runs for us to win. And it's good to see the bats sort of heating up along with the weather.
And they're back in action tomorrow night under the lights. Shaker Heights comes to town, so a game tomorrow night. If you're in the area, come out and watch the night game.
Hopefully the raindrops, we dodge the raindrops today, tomorrow. But the good news is into next week, you mentioned softball's home a lot next week. We've got a big middle school. We have 16 track teams coming into town next Tuesday for a big middle school Perry Invitational. And we'll have baseball and softball games going on all week out there, too, and the weather looks good. I'm seeing upper 60s to low 70s most of the week. So I think even if we don't get stuff in this weekend necessarily, I think by the time Monday rolls around, we're going to be looking pretty good.
And a couple things we touched on briefly last week as we were running towards the end. But golf outings coming up, still time to register. And then there's the high school are putting on youth events as well.
The golf outing is Saturday, May 17th. So we're about 2 weeks away from that event. And these are really the most important 2 weeks that we'll have everybody, and not just in Perry, but in any community, sort of wait around and try to decide if you're going to do it. Really would encourage you, if you want to play in our outing that supports all of our student athletes here at Perry. It's a great event. Madison Country Club I've already seen the extended forecast for that day. It's going to be 80 and sunny. So please come out and consider being part of that outing on May 17th at Madison Country Club. And then, yeah, our camp season is literally around the corner as well. We're a month away from the end of the school year, which means we're a month away from our camps starting. So I know we're going to have our volleyball camp. It's going to be later in July because a lot of that JO volleyball still happens well into all of June and the first half of July. So volleyball is the only one that will run a little bit late this year, as we're going to go into like the second week of July for that volleyball camp. Most of the other ones, track camp, football camp, Coach Guesswich, those guys, we've got what other ones am I missing? All of them will take place in June. So that's the good news. If you're looking for an opportunity, it's all out there on perrypirates.org. So check out our website and for all of that camp information for the summer.
And just like in the fall and in the winter sports, we're getting into that playoff time now where seasons are coming to an end, and it's just going to be another exciting couple of weeks as spring sports get into the meat of their schedules and now playoff time.
Yeah, it's time to go, and all of our teams know that. I know our kids, like I said, the goal for any sport is to be peaking at the right time, and I think that's happening across the board. And so it's going to be an exciting next 30 days to see where all of our teams end up and how far they can go. So we'll keep everybody updated as we go, and we'll be back and better than ever here next week, and we'll have week 34 of Walk the Plank at some point next week, and we'll give updates and let everybody know what's going on. We appreciate everybody tuning in for week 33. We'll see you next week for Walk the Plank. Until then, go Pirates.